Alright guys, welcome to another video. If you were watching yesterday, you'll see that I plan to get to work on the 370Z. I have started working on the 370Z. Currently getting the tie rods out. So this is the old side. Ignore the fact that I don't run boots, I really should, but we're getting rid of just the rack spacer, which basically 370Zs, if you don't already know, run a different size thread on the tie rod to basically your normal Nissan stuff. And what GK Tech did is brought out one that just goes from that thread to the normal thread. So, you know, if you bend a tie rod, you're not trying to find a 370Z specific tie rod. That was all good, but with the amount of lock I'm getting out of this lock kit, I'm having the problem with the rack over centering. So if you, the steering's locked. Anyway, basically the tie rod had been over centering and going forwards, and basically that had been causing really bad bind issues in the front of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and get these in and see what they feel like. I'm also gonna give it a bit of a toe and go on the rear. And then we have really badly damaged rear quarter. And again, if you're a keen watcher, you'll remember that I got this silly dent pulling kit. And honestly, it was just like, I think it was like 10 or 20 bucks. But I definitely want to try and get some dents out with it, because I think it'll be hilarious if it works. It's definitely not going to be pretty, but I want to try and get some of the dents out of the back of this car. I will eventually get that quarter fixed again. I'd like to get it fixed soon, but not overly stressed on it. I did some zip tie repairs on the Nismo bumper. I think the new livery I'm going for, I'm going to be keeping the bumpers black because, if they're black, I don't need to paint them. So that's kind of the way I'm going to look at things there. And I did learn that off of Team RTR, and big congrats to Adam, obviously getting that drive with RTR. But I was watching their videos, and Vaughn mentioned that they literally keep the bumpers black with their liveries because they're easy to replace, and that's the color they come from the factory. Makes perfect sense, and with the way I intend to drive this thing, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to go ahead now and continue on putting these new rack offset spacers. I believe these are something that are going in production, either have already or will be soon at the homies at GK Tech. So this is definitely something that's necessary, because moving the rack forward on a 370Z is extremely expensive, because they're a full alloy subframe. And you have to cut out, like, there's probably 12 hours, I think, of prep in it, because Blackhearts has done 2 of them, Chopper's done 2 of them, and he's basically said he never ever wants to do one ever again. You can send, you know, they do exchange in the States, again, super expensive. There's really no good option as far as, as far as moving your rack forward on these things. So these rack offset spaces are definitely going to be the go. Rack offset spaces, some people love them, some people hate them, because they, you know, obviously put a bit more strain on the rack, but at the same time, like, this is a problem, this whole rack over centering thing. It is binding on full lock. It didn't do it as bad when the car was lower, but it was also too low when it was lower and caused a bunch of damage underneath the car, just because of how low it was. So yeah, this is my way of basically sorting that all out and getting it all working. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking crap and got onto it. Yeah, I gotta get it done and get it done early. I'm just so busy lately, so let's get it done. All right, we're getting to the point now where we're bolting on the offset spacers. So if you notice here, the Allen key bolt is huge, and majority of people won't have an Allen key that big. I have like full Allen key set, a bunch of Allen keys in here, but nothing that's quite big enough. However, I've got a little trick. Nut and bolt style, then you get the correct size socket on here, or socket, and you literally jam it in like it's an Allen key, and then always put it on the wrong way. I'll be able to tighten it up. and that is how you get those tight. So simple bolt, Allen key thing, I guess you call it, but that's how I get it tight. All right guys, rack offset spacers are in. So see they, oh, I hit my head, but they make the arm obviously a lot more straight. What I might have to do with this car is take some of the caster out. I might have a little bit too much caster in it that's sort of causing the over centering as well. So that's something I'm gonna have to sort out. Never stops with these cars. I tell you what, you thought having heaps of cars was fun. Still, it's definitely fun, but it's a lot of work. So I'm gonna drop this thing down now. Everything seems to be pretty bloody good. I should have used this opportunity to do an oil change, but I'll just do an oil change down at the track at a later date because I can't remember the last time the oil was changed in this. But we're gonna get 350Z up on the hoist, and we've got some work to do on this car as well. Same deal, I think I need to pull some caster out of the front because I keep bending left front tie rods under foot brake, and I've got some missing bolts in the back, and of course some stuff to attend to under the front of the car as well. So I've got a whole lot going on. I'm gonna get this car down. All right, scratch that, not touching the 350Z yet. I just remembered we're gonna try out this thing. This is gonna be funny, and yeah, let's try it. It's gonna be sick. All right, let's open this little kit up. Got a little, oh, I don't think that's quite big enough for what we need to do. And this, I feel like this is meant to come with glue. What the? This is definitely meant to come with glue. There is no glue in here. No way. Surely. Oh my God, it's missing parts. How devastating. Someone's probably come and stole the parts out of it. All right, let me look more into this, but I think someone stole parts out of it. That sucks. All right, you're definitely not meant to use real araldite, but my cord is also really messed up, so I'm just gonna send it with some araldite, which will probably stick on the car forever. Might have to grind it off, but either way, I think it's gonna be an interesting little experiment. So, back of the car here, I'm just gonna stick a couple, like, I don't know, I guess along there, and try and pull this dent out, and I might try it there as well. Clean the surface, professional. Go, clean that surface. Right, yeah, look, some araldite on my bits. All right, so I need some araldite. Put it on here. This is a terrible idea. I know it's a terrible idea, but at the same time, I still want to do it. Oh well. Oh, this araldite's not like... Oh. I don't feel like it's going to stick. Oh, there's plenty there. It's just not sticking. This is not ideal. Okay. Now I'm going to stand here for a couple of hours until this dries, and that might just dry. All right guys, I've been running around again, had to go down the track, do a bunch of stuff, but back here at the house now, araldite has definitely dried. Look, definitely don't recommend putting araldite on your car, but I really want to try this little machine and see if it works. If it doesn't, oh well, I had a laugh. Like I said, this cord needs to be fixed properly by a professional anyway, but we'll go ahead, get our little tool, give it a red hot crack. I'm still waiting to see if I can get in to get my wheel alignment done, but I don't know, it's not looking hopeful at this stage, but keeping our fingers crossed and see if I can get this thing to work. So, I don't even know what this is. Give it a rip. Ah, no, the araldite broke. Damn it. Oh, I'll give it another try. Nah. Man. Nah, no good. I gave it a try. Nah. At least I tried. Well, fixing the 350 or 370's dent was a big fail. So I'm about to get the 350 up on the lift, and I'll show you guys what I need to do on this, but then we've got to race down and get the 370Z in alignment. The guys squeezed me in. I've seen this guy for a couple of my alignments now. Really good driver, and I'll show you guys when I get there. But let's get this up and I'll show you what's wrong. Right, first of all, let's take a look at Chop's exhaust. He's done such a phenomenal job. So I opted for the down style tips, but hot tip, what we did, or what Chop did, is he's only tacked it on. So if I do hit the wall or anything with the tip, it should just break the tip off. That's the hope. Or if I do have contact with anything, it'll break the tip rather than the, you know, wrecking the whole muffler or the whole exhaust or whatever. Gone with two huge mufflers on the back. They are a brand name, I can't remember what. But look, snuck up through the chassis. Look at the, whew, super tight through there. Couple of V-bands here, so if we're changing a diff or whatever, we can just take the back off, and then through to the front to whatever this is called, the X or the Y or whatever, to do whatever it needs to do. Black Arts factory logo up in there, and then you go through to the factory, well, not factory, but to these shitty manifolds. So I think the manifolds might be something we'll have to upgrade in the future, but when I say future, I mean like long way into the future. Now, one of my biggest problems here is I've actually had a bolt fall out of my headers and I have a big gasket leak. So I need to do a gasket on the driver's side. I also need to do plugs on this thing, but this is the main problem right now, is another bent tie rod. So I need to work out what's binding and where it's hitting that might be causing, well, there's a strong guess right there. Probably need to put lock stops in. So I'm probably running a touch too much lock. So we'll see, we'll see. I definitely enjoy the amount of lock it's got. So I might, I'll see this side. Trying to turn it. Might not let me turn it all the way because of the bent tie rod. Oh no, it does. Yeah, so I'm actually going, see there, I'm going over center. So that's probably why I'm bending tie rods. I don't know. I might try run a little lock stop, one that just stop it a little bit sooner, and see how we go. Because I really don't want to run like a big one and lose a bunch of that lock. So we'll toy around with it, see if we bend any more. But my other theory behind it as well is these are a prototype LCA, and the production ones are actually a bit shorter. And my concern is that it's just too long and putting a bit too much strain on it. So they'll get the new shorter ones to me hopefully soon, and we'll swap them out. But I think that could be the other possible drama. And again, with the whole you know, another consideration is caster. I might have a bit too much caster, and what I mean by that is because the wheel's so far forward, it makes it over center more. This side's easier to explain. You know, you see now it's almost dead straight because I've got so much caster in it. It's sort of pushing it forward and creating an over center. So yeah, what's going on, chick?
Yeah.
Pool. We haven't showed people the pool. Right, guys, our pool was finished finally today. Haven't shown you guys yet, but the filling has commenced. So we're pretty bloody excited, but the proper surface is in there now. It's been acid washed or whatever they need to do, and it's starting to get filled. So very happy.
Yay!
Yay. What did you say? You want to take photos, boss?
And I want to feel the water.
You can't go in there yet.
You can't step on the
The water has to come up to the step and then you can jump in.
You can only stay on these tiles.
Yeah. So the guys told us basically we can pretty much jump in once we're ready. If I wanted to lower the kids down into the water, I could do that, but yeah, not. The only thing we're waiting on now is my rear deck. And once I get my rear deck, I'll get my barbecue area done. Yeah, big updates, guys. So exciting.
Yeah.
We also have a sale.
Yes.
So put it on Instagram.
Tell people the sale.
Failed. Buy a shirt and a hat and get a free cooler and air freshener.
So drink cooler, can cooler.
Yeah.
Yes. Sick.
Yes. And they're adjustable, so you can have them for skinny bottles or cans as well. We have them in 4 designs.
Pardon?
4 designs. I'm
Yes.
trying to think. But yeah, just buy whatever hat and whatever whatever hat and ever shirt you want. And if you have a preference on the cooler, just pop it in the comments, and we will try and cater to your preference.
Yeah. Make sure you talk loud enough, otherwise I have to do what I did to Russ.
Yeah, but I want you to. I want a cool accent. I want a cool
All right. I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to go to wheel alignment place in a sec. Oh, there's one other thing, unless Chop fixed it for me. Oh, Chop fixed it. He put some bolts in. So, silly me, I installed these coilovers and I didn't do 2 of the bolts up tight enough. Luckily, Chop obviously chucked one in there for me, so big thank you to Black Hearts. Yeah. What's else? I've got something else to tell you. Oh, these lower Heim joints are the new GK Tech lower Heim joints. Yeah, heaps stronger than the old ones. 10 out of 10 so far. Smacked a few things with them. Doing really well. These prototype rear knuckles as well are going phenomenal because I've only got a very basic alignment in this car and it is hooking. So really pumped. You know, GK Tech, Shockworks, my homies looking after me, and this thing's moving. I need to put my GK Tech diff brace in. Might do that while it's up on the hoist at the moment. Not right now though, because I'm about to drive off. But yeah, we're getting things done. We're getting there. Pool's pretty much done now. Pardon? I have to get alignment 370. I can't do it today. I can't do it tomorrow. We're busy. We're going to an auction.
We're going to an auction that has free beers, so that's not going to end well.
And all Jap cars that have been hidden away for a long time.
I like the 33 compact. That's my favourite.
We'll vlog it.
And we're doing Santa photos in the morning, so I'm so excited. Our Santa photos are hilarious because we get into the shopping centre and Luke forgets his normal glasses. So he's the first, I think, 4 years of Scarlett's life, he's wearing his sunnies in them. Maybe 5, and then the last couple, there's just no glasses at all, so it looks funny. But yeah, every year I'm a sucker for shopping centre Santa photos. So.
Alright, I gotta go get this alignment done, and yeah.
Did you say salami?
Alright, so we're down here at the wheel alignment place. This guy's only around the corner from me, and I didn't even know. Everybody knew about him and I didn't, but full drive on ramp, so no problems at all with the low cars. Happy to do any kind of crazy drifter alignment we want. You know, some places you go to and they just don't want to do the alignment, you know what I mean? They're like, nah, that won't work, blah, blah, blah. Where, you know, what you want is someone that does what you ask. So, super good. Who the 350. Gonna get this front alignment sorted out and then do something with the rear, because as good as it's been having this much grip in the car, it's actually a bit too much. Yeah, 19 mil per side of toe in is ridiculous. So we're gonna fix that today. Oh, he's laughing. Well, so, oh, my rear's like, it's actually gain toe. So I got 20 mil on one side and 22. And then I'm towing, so I'm towing in at the front as well. Yeah, but that's just, I knew about that because I was putting the arms. So 43 mils of total toe in on the rear. Yeah, that's why I've had so much grip in the back. So we're probably going to take take as much of that out as we can without gaining too much camber. But the problem is I'm still running the factory 370Z shock retainers, the coil retainers. So there's only so much you can get out. So I may have to add camber back in, which will give me more lift off side grip, which is something I do chase because this car's mostly used at Archie and that's where it's like really important. All right, so to quickly show you guys what I mean by the stock retainers. What I'm talking about is these arms here. Instead of replacing those with a camber arm, I'm still running the stock style spring setup. So ideally, in the near future, I'll chat to the guys at Shockworks and we'll get a call it like a proper shock and coil for it. This setup works better suspension wise, but you just can't get the alignment you want out of it. The only way you'd get the good alignment you want is to have the car really high, and I don't want it really high. So yeah, I'm gonna have to compromise and go with slightly less suspension performance, but gain alignment performance. So yeah, it is what it is. Well, I'll get it your way. Sorry. All right, so worked out compromise. I'm going to 10 mil per side of toe in and just 0.5 of a degree of camber. So obviously I have some camber in the back now, but literally half the amount of toe in, which will make the car drive a lot nicer, especially in a straight line. But then yeah, also give me more lift off side bite and just not quite as much on throttle side bite, which look, the car was probably too fast for everybody who I was driving with anybody anyway. There's not a huge amount of people gripping their car up this crazy. Not that it's crazy, but like, yeah, they're not going to this extent with grip. So yeah, I'm gonna have more fun driving with people like this, and it means I can throw bigger entries, and I like sort of gaining on people with big entries as well. So that's super fun. We'll let him get the rest of the back sorted. All right, alignment's all done. I'm happy, he's happy, and the car should drive a million times nicer. So we're gonna test this out in a few days' time down at Archie and see if I'm still getting these steering bind issues. Fingers crossed we're not. All right, we are going to wrap up this vlog there, guys. I'm going to get working on the Black 350. You'll see it in tomorrow's vlog. But yeah, thanks heaps for watching, guys. Peace out. We'll see you in tomorrow's vlog.
I want a screwdriver, and I need one so I can play with my Gravedigger monster control truck.